Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers, so if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, just like I expressed before with the Polo G situation, where his mother and sister would get into it on social media, whenever you have a celebrity and something happens within your family, whether you have anything to do with it or not, you would always find yourself getting blamed for it in the eyes of the media, no matter what it is. The media will always associate you with it based on who you are, and sometimes that can either make or break a person's career. Now, whether it's an artist, athlete, actor, whatever, in most cases, it does more damage than good because it'll mess up business due to people not wanting to affiliate themselves with you based on the severity of the actual situation. Now, you and your family almost has to be perfect in a sense in which we know nothing in this world is perfect. So in this case, we have Nardo Wick. Although Nardo Wick is fairly young, I like the way he conducts himself as a young artist within the music industry. These days, most of these young artists are crashing out on social media, doing the most, getting into unnecessary beefs, getting arrested left and right, and just always doing something that could potentially damage their career. At just 22 years old, Nardo Wick has maintained a very low-key profile in the music industry where you don't hear much about him unless it's him posting a bunch of money to his IG account looking like he's living his life. But that's until now, because as of today, Nardo Wick's brother, Hayward Biggins, had been arrested and charged after he was caught on a neighbor's Ring camera doing the unthinkable. Now, first off, when I heard that his name was Hayward, I couldn't get over that. You know, he was definitely teased a lot in school, but I also couldn't get over the fact that he actually decided to break the law and do what he did illegally to the extent that he did it, knowing he was on surveillance camera. Like, literally knowing the camera was right there, he still proceeded to break the law for whatever reason he decided to. Now, as of right now, there's no clear motive as to why he did what he did, but we're going to get into it all, and I want to hear what you guys got to say after. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm and bring awareness. And if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so now. Check this out. Now, due to YouTube's guidelines, I'm not going to show the part where he decided to shoot at the door, but if you would like to see it, I left a link pinned in the comments for you guys to check it out there. However, let's discuss what we're being told about this situation. Now, it became clear that Nardo's brother went over to the neighboring house of his family's, and for whatever reason, he proceeded to try and kick the door down. And then after that was unsuccessful, he backed up and fired a shot into the door and walked away. Now, like I said before, there's no clear motive yet as to why he did all of this, but I would assume that there's a reason for it because I can't just sit here and believe that he would do something like that for absolutely no reason. Whether it was an altercation that probably took place earlier on in the day and he was coming back, or maybe something transpired before we seen what took place on the Ring camera. Who knows? We only got one side of the story, which just happens to be a short video of him walking up to the door, kicking and firing a shot. Now, reports say that he was charged with shooting into an occupied dwelling and attempted armed burglary. Now, according to Florida law where Nardo Wick is from, an armed attempted burglary charge can fall under a second-degree felony where the suspect faces up to 15 years in prison or probation for not carrying a dangerous weapon. So the fact that he actually did carry a firearm and actually shot it into the home, it sounds like he may be in some trouble. Now, when it comes to the next charge, which is shooting into an occupied dwelling, that's just as bad because it's a felony in the second degree. Now, once again, we don't know what made him actually do what he did, but I hope it was a good enough reason to where he put his freedom on the line and is now facing up to 15 years in prison or probation. Whether he may do that much time or any time at all, it's still a situation that could have been avoided had he simply just not crashed out, especially on camera. Keep in mind, he knew it was a Ring camera because before shooting, he actually rung the bell. Then still proceeded to take out his firearm and shoot at the home. Now, I've seen on social media where people are saying that maybe he was under the influence of some drug. And at this point, I hope that was at least the reason, because none of this is making any sense. Now, what I would say is that I doubt he just did it for no apparent reason, and I hope something transpired before that wasn't captured on camera that could justify his actions. Because let's be real, if something did happen, I doubt they're going to release, where they may be guilty and what made him come back and actually do what he did. But I can't lie, shooting into a home, not knowing who may get hit, can never be justified anyway. One thing about shooting into a home, even if you went there because you had a problem with someone, you risk hitting anybody that's home at the time. So you're putting other people's lives in danger, people who don't even have anything to do with whatever reason you came to the house. He could have hit a baby, a daughter, a grandmother, grandfather, anybody. And if he would have actually hit someone and they actually passed away, he would have had even more to worry about, all because of this one foolish action. How many times have you heard of people shooting up someone's house and an innocent person ends up getting struck and they lose their life while the intended target wasn't even hit? I forgot where, but there was a story years ago of a young girl that was asleep in her room when she was hit by a straight bullet and ended up losing her life in her sleep. That's not gangster. It's nothing gangster about taking the life of someone you didn't mean to, especially if it's a child or elderly person. All right? But I don't know. I'll just assume that he was under some type of influence, because this was definitely the meaning of crashing out. He did it on camera. And these days, doing anything in the open is kind of like you asking to go to jail, right? Because there's literally surveillance and Ring cameras and everything everywhere. This ain't the 90s anymore where you could do something and not get caught because there's no cameras. Almost anywhere you go in any neighborhood, you could almost bet your bottom dollar that someone, if not 5 or more people, have Ring cameras attached to their home. In fact, they even got Ring cameras attached to apartment doors. So cameras are literally everywhere. So you doing anything in the open, you're kind of just asking to go to jail. And the fact that he was on Ring camera, right, and still did what he did bareface on camera is crazy, right? And I'm pretty sure they're going to take all that into consideration. Now, it's also funny, before I end this video, one of the illest things the government have done, now that we're on the subject of cameras, was convince everyone to get Ring cameras. I always felt it was like strategically done. So in any event, if something does occur, you can almost guarantee that if police don't have you on surveillance, someone does. And ultimately, by law, people are legally required to give any footage that pertains to an ongoing investigation, if needed, to police. So it's like no getting out of that. So y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. How y'all feel about what he did, the crash out mood? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. And I'm out.